gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami.
Hello, Atmavandan, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A very warm welcome to you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. So today we're going to read a chapter from the Compassionate Buddha by the very learned Anandamurti Guruma. So this could take anything from half an hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Then we'll have a short meditation and we'll have some time to reflect and look at the key learnings from today's chapter. So, chapter 8, page 73. Aho ye tuch sharir शीघ्र ही चेतना रहित होकर व्यर्थ काथ की भांति पृथ्वी पर पड़ा रहेगा. In this precept, Buddha states, alas, soon this trivial body will be lying on this earth, lifeless, like a log of wood, bereft of consciousness. Life and death are two faces of the same coin. Every birth is associated with announcement of its imminent death. Buddha is reminding one and all of this all-important fact that one so readily forgets. Even before the body is born, the time of death is already decided. Isn't it strange that people have to be reminded of the inevitable occurrence of death, despite the fact that even before one is born, the certainty of death is almost established. People are so afraid of death that often children are kept away from seeing a dead body, as if it may frighten or alarm them. If a death occurs in the family, the child is sent off to someone else's home so that he doesn't see the dead body. Furthermore, the adults don't have the answers to satisfy the young, inquisitive mind. An adult mind is not as curious as that of a child. And if the child is told that a person is just sleeping, then the child will say, ask him to get up then. And what will the adult say to that? The child is then told that the person has gone away to be with God. An adult, however, knows that death means cessation of life. And if dying means being with God, then the fear of death, in a way, also leads to fear of God. Then the person runs away from God, as God gets linked to death. The fact is that if the phenomenon of death is correctly explained to a child, never ever will he be frightened of death anymore. I will narrate my first glimpse and resultant experience of death. Those were my school-going days. I used to frequent an ashram after returning from school, and I was doing the same on that day. On my way, I saw a crowd that had gathered around an ambassador car. When the back door of the car was opened, the head of a man drooped down, his eyes half open, frothing around his mouth. The money present in his was trickling down. People were saying that the so-and-so had died. I was watching all this with undivided attention, my feet rooted to the ground. This scene and the face of that dead man made a very deep impact on my mind. There were tears streaming down my cheeks, and my mind was greatly disturbed, distressed. What is death? Why should there be death? Innumerable questions were storming in my mind. I walked to the ashram in that state of daze. The sage residing in that ashram queried my state, and I narrated the whole episode to him. Ordinarily, one readily consoles a crying child. However, instead of mopping my tears and comforting me, the sage said, "Good, let death be the focus of your contemplation and meditation." Later, I returned home, but the image of that face never left me. The gentleman was not related to me at all. I'd never seen him before, but now all I could see was his dead face. As my contemplation deepened, instead of his face, I started to see my own face, my own dead body. Meditating on a dead body is known type of meditation, mrityu dhyana. Whenever you see some dead body, you don't think that what has occurred to that person today will happen to you too. But as I had been asked to contemplate on death, as the contemplation deepened, in closed eyes, I was seeing my own dead body, seeing myself as dead. For many years since I was around 12 years old, I slept on the ground, lying on a very thin mattress. In those times, I was trying to live a life of austerity, as I believed that one cannot become a sadhu if the body was accustomed to comforts and luxuries. So, lying down, I kept on contemplating on death, and this continued for around 3 weeks. But this contemplation revealed something very profound. And then I was no longer afraid of death. All fear had left me. The one who has seen death so closely, that person can never ever be afraid of death again. One is afraid of ghosts only as long as one is prepared to believe in ghosts. But if one refuses to believe in ghosts, where does the question arise of being scared of them? Kabir has said, "Jin logon te neh karat hai, tehi dekh gina lahe." All those people who loved you, the same people will then get repulsed by the sight of your rotting dead body. Then they will want your body out of the house as soon as possible. How insignificant and trivial the body becomes after death. It swells up, starts to smell, and the relatives are anxious to get the dead body out of their homes, straight to the funeral pyre or to the morgue. And even if you want to hold on to the body, how long will you be able to do this? Soon maggots will start festering in the decomposing body. All the love that people used to express for that body when the person was alive soon gets converted to loathing of the rotting body. Howsoever unpalatable, but this is the bitter truth. I had heard about a woman who kept the dead body of her husband in her home for almost 8 years. She'd kept the body hidden in a room. It was only by accident that someone stumbled onto the presence of the skeleton in her bedroom. And the poor deluded woman did this in the hope given to her by a Tantrik that he would be able to revive him. It is a poignant, touching story reiterating that one lives in such deluded hope and such complete denial of the reality of death. Gurbani says, "Your wife who loved you wanted you to be always with you, but when the cosmic life force leaves, she will run away from your body, saying, 'Ghost, ghost.' This is the principle of life. With whomsoever you get attached, in the last moment, other than the Lord, no one is of any use." Buddha says that soon this warm, tender body will get all stiffened up and cold like a log of wood. In an ashram in Rishikesh, I have seen a statue made of wood, but resembling a dead body, lying outside the main premises. On asking, the sage living in the ashram said, "Anyone who is desirous of coming to this ashram for acquiring knowledge needs to first contemplate on death and needs to climb onto the first step of detachment from the body before becoming ready for contemplation of the divine." This place, being a pilgrimage, gets crowded by so many people who come only to ring the bell at the temple and take prasad, so that people don't come here only as a mere sham, lip service. This statue of a dead body puts them off and they don't come inside, leaving me in peace and quiet. If you are asked to contemplate on Shiva, how will you do that if your mind is busy contemplating on the family, job, money? Hence, to remove this obsession of the world from your mind, the sage stressed on first contemplating on Shiva, i.e. the dead body. On Shava, i.e. the dead body, and only after that can one contemplate on Shiva. In order to break the attachment to this body, to sever the clinging to this body, it is essential to contemplate on Shava. Kabir says to the mind, O mind, the day the bird of Brahma flies away from your body, that day all the leaves of breath will fall off from the tree of your body. Why be proud of this body then? After death, vultures will feast on it, and that too only until flesh remains on it. Once only the skeleton is left, then even a crow will not sit on it. But notwithstanding the fate of this body, people are so much attached to their bodies. People are proud of their houses, their cars, their families, and on top of that, if the body is beautiful and strong, then one gets even more big-headed. Man is nothing but a walking, talking skeleton, full of egotism. Once such a woman came in Buddha's life, and as a consequence of that experience, Buddha was forced to change his opinion of all women. Since that episode, he refused to accept women as disciples. His disciple Ananda asked him why he had this discriminatory attitude to women. Buddha replied, My path is a path of determination, of resolve. It is easy for a woman to surrender, but resolve is difficult. And the life of a disciple is full of hardship, moving from one place to another every 3 days, eating only once a day, living in a forest, sleeping under a tree, and so on. Given the times he was living in, Buddha thought this was an appropriate decision. There used to be constant wars between different kingdoms. The political climate was so unstable that Buddha did not think it was appropriate and safe for a woman to move around openly, as ashrams hadn't been built by then, and the disciples had to live in the open. A strange incident happened once. A hysterically sobbing woman approached Buddha and laid down the body of her dead child at his feet. She said, My husband died a year ago. Now my child has died. I don't have any reason to live anymore. If you are indeed a person of divinity, bring back my son to life. Buddha very readily agreed, saying, I will do so. This statement surprised his disciples to no end. They were taken aback. A rational visionary like Buddha, whose main teaching included the tenet that life was full of suffering and death was inevitable, how could he make such an illogical statement? Had the disconsolate state of the woman managed to melt Buddha's heart, that he was going to perform a miracle of reversing the process of death? On hearing the words of assurance from Buddha, the woman immediately stopped crying and was waiting for Buddha to perform a miracle so that her child would wake up. Buddha told her, Before I do as promised, I want you to do something first. Get me a handful of grain from my house, the condition being that the grain needs to come from such a household where there has never been any death. The woman did not even stop to think over what Buddha had said. She ran and desperately knocked on several doors to get that handful of grain. Needless to say, despite all her frantic knocking on so many doors, she couldn't find a single household that had not been touched by death. Be it the father, mother, son, daughter, uncle, someone or the other, had died in every house she approached. The poor woman finally realized that if there was no house untouched by death, how could she be an exception? Buddha didn't reason with her, did not give her any discourse. This was a practical lesson, one that she finally understood in depth. Her name was Krishna Gautami. She returned to Buddha, but this time there were no tears, no hysteria, and no frenzy. She didn't even glance at the body of her dead son, but instead went to Buddha and knelt before him, saying that she had finally understood his teachings. She implored him to accept her as his disciple. Her plea was so impassioned that it touched Buddha's heart, and he readily asked Ananda to initiate her into sannyasa. One can only imagine the fervour and intensity in Gautami's appeal that made Buddha forget his rule of not accepting women disciples. Buddha broke the rule made by himself, because no rule, no regulation is greater than life, greater than the sentiments and dedication of a disciple, greater than the loving imploration of a devotee. It should not be construed that Buddha was callous or insensitive. Far from it. Buddha was the very embodiment of compassion. It was the compassion that made him feel the honest appeal in Gautami's plea. She wore the yellow-coloured clothes of a sannyasi, a renunciate, and sat in meditation under a tree, completely oblivious to the dead body of her son. Someone else performed the last rites of her son's body. The mother didn't go even to bid her last farewell to the child. That son she had nurtured for 9 months in her womb and then cared for 10 years, the son on whom rested all her hopes, her aspirations, it was the same mother and the same child. But now, gone was a strong attachment she had held so very dearly to him. For she had finally accepted the brutal truth that death was inevitable and she too would die one day. She realised that when she couldn't safeguard her own life, what could she do about her son? It is during those moments that Buddha gave her this profound precept. Consider this body to be as impermanent as a mud pitcher. Wage a war utilising the weapon of the power of the refined intellect to make subconscious mind equanimous, still, absolutely resolute. Safeguard the fruit of this victory, and furthermore, don't be attached even to that gain. Regard the body in the same light as you would regard a pitcher made of mud. It can break any time, right from when the potter is making it, baking it, or transporting it. Likewise, let it sink in that the body too is perishable and can die any time, just as the mud pitcher can break at any time. Every moment the pot of water is being eroded. If you can see, then see it. This is what is occurring in thy body too. Secondly, he says, make the subconscious mind absolutely still and resolute. In Yoga Vashishta, Guru Vashishta addresses Ram and says, O Ram, your subconscious mind is like the mythical Chitra bird that could fly 1,000 miles in any direction in any moment. Steady this mind, as without stilling the subconscious mind, you will be unable to do any spiritual practice. Remember that our entire focus is on the manifest, superficial part of this mind, the conscious mind, and are unaware of the deeper subconscious mind, which is referred to as citta. Mind is a very complex phenomenon and has several layers. We get just a glimpse of the superficial aspect and are unaware of the functioning of the deeper aspects of the mind. There are different ways of steadying the conscious mind. For example, an artist's conscious mind gets stilled when he is painting. A chef gets so involved in his cooking that it automatically stills his mind, so on and so forth. This reminds me of an incident. Once I was sitting in someone's balcony. It was morning time. A municipal worker was sweeping the road, and I noted that he was singing as he was sweeping along. He was so involved in what he was doing that he was enjoying it thoroughly. And the fact is, whenever you do anything with total involvement and enjoyment, this work will get done so efficiently, and moreover, you won't feel tired in doing that work. You feel tired only when you're doing something listlessly, when you are bored and want the work to finish quickly. I see so many people who keep on sleeping in the beautiful hours of the early morning. The one who doesn't wake up in the morning doesn't get a glimpse of the glorious rising sun, doesn't breathe in the fresh morning air, is wasting half of his life away. This is not the way to live your life. Who knows the art of living? The one who has stilled his subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the superficial aspect of our mind, whereas the subconscious mind is distinct from the conscious mind. It is the deeper layer of our mind. When you say that your mind is greatly troubled, this refers only to the conscious mind. Can you then imagine what all must be lurking in the layers of your deeper subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is like a master computer storing memories and impressions made on the mind, not only from this lifetime, but all previous lives. Buddha recollected and has narrated the detailed experiences of 10,000 previous lives. These are well illustrated in the Jataka tales. Now, all this information is present not in the conscious mind, but in the subconscious mind. Some people experience a feeling of familiarity when visiting some places they've never been before, or meeting people they've never met before. A feeling that the incident has already occurred in the past, that they have met the person before. The phenomenon is also known as déjà vu. Sometimes one meets a stranger and takes an instant liking to him or her, whereas it is also possible that you meet someone for the first time and take an instant dislike to that individual for no apparent or logical reason. Ordinarily, one is aware of only the functioning of the conscious mind, but has no clue to the working of the subconscious mind. And in this precept, Buddha is asking one to work not on the conscious mind, but on the subconscious mind, that which is so cluttered with thoughts, impressions, memories of so many lifetimes. It is indeed a humongous task. Buddha says, in order to still the subconscious mind, use the weapon of prajna. This subconscious mind can be decluttered, made equanimous and resolute only by using the tool of prajna, which refers to a highly refined intellect. In the absence of this higher wisdom, it will be impossible to still the subconscious mind. And as long as the subconscious mind is not stilled, it will be impossible to experience and fully accept the impermanence of this body. I'm speaking out of my own personal experience, and all that I say is what has been my own experiential truth. But are you able to make the most of this wisdom? Are you really able to listen, or are you simply hearing my words? Listening, too, is an art. The one who doesn't know how to listen, he will be unable to contemplate and grasp the heard words, and he will be thence unable to practically implement all that's been heard and understood. These are profound statements, and not to be able to listen, to understand what their essence is, the mind needs to be stilled, calm. And side by side, one needs to have faith in the master. Both are absolutely essential. Without faith and an earnest desire to know, to seek, every apparent curiosity becomes just an intellectual exercise or mere entertainment. If it is a question of your life and death, then you are all ears and listen with utmost attention to what is being said. Is your coming to the Shiva also a question of your life and death? Is it that important to you? Are you listening to me with the intention of resolving a matter as important as your life and death? People attend meditation camps for all kinds of reasons. More often than not, they try to get two birds with one stone. Attend the Shiva and simultaneously also do local sightseeing. But how many people attend these camps for bringing a transformation, a revolution in their lives? In fact, quite a few people simply come so they get to see me for 4 to 5 days, as they proclaim they have so much love for me. But how will this help you? Keeping love aside, attachment is attachment. Be it with family members or with the master. One should have a relation of devotion and faith with the master and not of attachment. I don't derive any pleasure in reading your letters that say, we see your face when we close our eyes in meditation. Because all that is happening is that first you were fixated onto something or someone else, and now you're fixated on me. That is the only difference. Either way, you are still stuck. Isn't Buddha's precept applicable to my body too? Will this body not die and become nothing but a cold log of wood? How will you deal with that? Be attached to the Master's wisdom and not to his body. Yes, be in devotion, in love, have faith in the Master, but don't turn that into the bondage of attachment. All the meditation practices taught by me start with a prayer. So, in the moments of the prayer, if you happen to visualize my face, that is fine. But once the meditation practice begins, then forget the Guru as well. Otherwise, that too can become an obstacle. One has to work on becoming more and more aware, elevating the consciousness within. An external master can be but a guide, so don't get attached to the body of the master. That too is bondage and impediment. A Zen story in this reference goes as follows. Lin Chi was a Zen master living in China. He used to tell his disciples, if on the way you encounter Buddha, chop off his head. This was a shocking statement to the disciples, especially as Lin Chi would perform salutations to the idol of the Buddha every day. On asking why he had made such an astounding statement, Lin Chi replied, I am referring to your journey within. You are attempting to awaken your consciousness, becoming aware. Whilst meditating, if your mind conjures up the image of Buddha, get rid of it, as it is nothing but an obstacle on your path. I have received a verse that goes as follows. I had no understanding about tears. You have introduced me to pain. You have touched my heart, sprouted the seed of love in me. You have given voice to my mute tongue. I am indebted to you for life. If it hadn't been for you, I would have never learnt the language of tears. Life would have been a waste without you. Breath would have had to carry weight of dead body. And what use would have been of such a life? You have filled me with assurance. I can't forget ever this grace, O Master. Getting you as a co-traveller, I am now in love with the path too. Loneliness, which had stung my mind, has withered away on the way. You have changed sadness into festivity. My heart would have remained a stone if you had not come into my life. This spring season would not have become my friend. These smiles of flowers would not have blossomed on my lips. It is a good thing to be grateful for the grace received. I am happy that this individual's life has transformed into a celebration and loneliness has left her mind. I am glad that I could touch this person's heart. However, by saying that she feels obliged, indebted to me, this has somehow belittled the whole thing. A master is the one who gives, always gives, and never makes the receiver feel obliged. But here this person is feeling obliged. There is no reason at all to feel obliged, none whatsoever. A master always gives without ever intending to make anyone feel indebted to the master. The sun gives its radiance, its light, its warmth to one and all. The clouds shower you with much wanted rain. The wind provides you with the air to breathe. But is anyone sending you a bill for it? The master is like the sun, like the wind, like the clouds, that just shower you with benevolence and then simply go away. The clouds don't insist that you be indebted to them, and neither have you felt the gratitude. You have never said thank you to the air, the wind, that is our lifeline. Well, regard the master in the same light. You say that spring has arrived in your life. Good for you. What more do you want? And if you want to do something, then spread this fragrance to others. Spread the word to those whose life is still occupied by autumn. Help them to welcome spring in their lives. A master speaks out of his bliss, his joy, not as any favour to anyone. For me, singing is out of joy. Talking is out of joy. It is not my profession. The day I won't derive any joy in the act of speaking or singing, that day I will stop. I sing for myself. I have simply sent an invitation to you to sing with me. Be in celebration with me. Hence, there is no question of being indebted to me. I don't want your gratitude. The only time I'm saddened is when I see that despite listening to me, you have still remained the same old arse. In the context of a donkey, I remember a couplet written by a sage. Oh, donkey of bricklin, standing in the bricklin, you will bring unbaked, take away the baked ones. Bricklin will never be cooled. Your neck would never be released. The sage likens this world to a bricklin, where one remains stuck with no route of escape. Keep on earning money, spending it, and then earn to spend. This goes on, just like the unbaked bricks are continuously brought to the kiln for baking. Yes, feel the gratitude towards the master, but never feel you're indebted in any way. It is the master's nature to love, to give, and he does this purely out of his joy and for no other reason. If the feeling of gratitude seeps inside you, then offer your salutation with the resolve that you will not lose what you have gained. A true disciple is the one who safeguards all that he has gained. Make the most of all this love, all this wisdom being showered on you. Transform your life forever. Don't while away your time. Know the worth of your life. Realize the true purpose of your life. Life is transitory and decay is so very inevitable. The clock keeps on ticking, whether you like it or not. Isn't it about time that you finally listen to the wake-up call? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji, Lord Buddha, and Guru. Deep, deep gratitude. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Okay. Kindly sit in a meditative position that's comfortable, with your feet crossed, legs crossed, back straight, fingers clasped into fingers. Gently remove any glasses and close your eyes. And take 3 nice deep breaths with me. As you breathe, feel your stomach expand. Hold. And gently let go through your mouth. And again. Hold. And release. And again, a nice deep breath. Hold. And release. And as you release that lovely air from you, feel yourself feeling totally relaxed, calm and peaceful. Be in the present moment, focus on the here and now, and forget about the past or the future. Simply enjoy the moment of now. Focus on your breaths as they come in and out, and feel at total ease. And as you acquaint yourself with every single breath, just feel total gratitude of the free air that we are receiving every single second of the day. Ever since the day we were born to the second that we die, we are truly blessed for every single breath of air that we have, that nourishes our body, that goes into every single nerve, cell, every single organ of our body, charges us, energizes us, and gives us the power to move, to talk, to think. Without this air, we would be nothing. we would be like that cold log that Buddha was just referring to as a dead body. If we didn't have this life force and the life of the air within us, which is God's blessing to us, we would not be alive. And yet we don't take this into consideration. We just take every single breath for granted as if it's a God-given right. However, it's a blessing. You know, ask those people who can't breathe, who are suffering because they can't breathe properly. We are so, so blessed that we breathe without even thinking. It's such a natural process that we take for granted. But let's experience this breathing out of this body. Feel yourself as a beautiful, beautiful, radiant, bright white light. See yourself stepping out above through your Sahasrara chakra. As you leave this body, gently look down and say thank you for being blessed with such a beautiful, functioning body that works like magic. And as you fly higher, see yourself like a balloon, full of air, full of love, joy, happiness. Take yourself out through your rooftop, into the sky. As you go near the grass, you can see that there's just some grass that's been recently cut. Pretend that you're taking a nice deep breath and feel how beautiful the smell of grass is. So, so beautiful. Mother Earth is so, so beautiful. And as you're flying around like a balloon, it starts to rain. Feel the beautiful pearls of rain on you that are making you feel so cool and happy. And as the rain falls, we can smell the Mother Earth. That smell is so, so, so amazing. Really, really beautiful. The smell of earth when it rains. It takes you back to when you were a child, when you used to play and sit on the ground and play with mud and just be free. Enjoy yourselves as you experience this beautiful, beautiful smells of the grass, the mud. And then you come into an area that's like a secret garden, full of absolutely amazing, breathtaking scenery, of beautiful ponds full of lotus flowers, bright and colourful, smelling absolutely out of this world. No perfume could ever compare to the scents all around you in this secret garden. As you go past, you see some super, super amazing roses, multicoloured roses, colours that you've never seen on earth before. Bright hues of pinks and purples and yellows and all the divine bright colours that we take for granted. Without colour, our lives would be so, so boring. And yet, whoever took a step back and thought, if the world was black and white, how would we be? It would be quite boring. So gratitude for God creating the rainbow, beautiful, beautiful rainbow, and the beautiful light that reflects and gives us colours. And the bright colours during the day, and the subtle and dark colours in the night time. Feel yourself as a balloon swaying in and out of this beautiful secret garden, where you come across these different shrubs, trailing plants, beautiful trees, shrubs. They're all swaying from left to right, and like as if they're giving you a hug to say, welcome to our garden. You're most welcome. And you're having so, so much fun that you feel like you want to stay here forever because it's so, so beautiful. You feel light like a feather. Nothing's weighing you down. And you're totally absorbed in the environment around you, taking in the beauty, the smells, the sounds. You can hear the trickling of water nearby you, the stream of the water. There's a pond. And every now and again you can see fishes diving up with their heads out of the water to say hello and then going back in again. The whole world has been made in such a marvellous way that we need to take a step back now and again and be one in nature and absorb the purity and the freshness and the beauty of Mother Earth. And as you're swaying, toing and froing, you pass by some beautiful butterflies. Gorgeous, gorgeous butterflies with such beautiful colours. Dark maroon, purple, blue, yellow, just made with perfection. So if God can make butterflies and ants and all creatures with such perfection, how lucky are we that He's made us as a masterpiece of a human body? We are so, so blessed. Every single neuron, every single cell just works like clockwork, giving us the free will to choose and decide what's right and what is wrong. All the creatures, all the ants, animals, sea creatures live in such harmony and peace with one another. We need to learn from them as well, that we too need to live in harmony and peace and accept people all around us with love, kindness and warmth. All these beautiful creatures are so, so amazing. And as you're swaying with the balloon, you come across some beautiful birds flying and looking so, so happy and chirping and singing. Beautiful, beautiful singing. The birds are so gifted with their beautiful singing. And they wake up at dawn, early in the morning. Again, reminding us, just like we read in the chapter, the importance of dawn and the fresh air and the bright sun's rays, which nurture us and help us to start the day on the right line, on the right way to do so. The whole world is an absolute, an amazing creation. From sunrise to the beautiful hues of the sun rays to sunset, everything is so, so, so glorious and beautiful. Whenever you feel you want to be in this secret garden again, all you need to do is just take time out for yourself. Sit down in a quiet place and reflect back. You can experience this whenever you need that peace and tranquility. Just pretend you've sat on a bench in that secret garden, just admiring all the beauty of the beautiful trees, flowers, the fishes in the pond, the creepy crawlies, the butterflies. Everything just works in sync. It's like God's given everybody a responsibility of their own. From the worms who help the mud and plants grow. Everything has a purpose. We just need to discover what our purpose is and live that. So deep, deep gratitude to the whole nature, Mother Nature, the 5 elements that look after us so, so well. Deep, deep gratitude to our parents for teaching us, helping us, and giving us this beautiful body, mind, and soul. Deep, deep gratitude to our ancestors for all their hard work and help and support. Deep, deep gratitude to all our gurus, all divine masters who have worked so, so hard in helping us become detached, to grow, to move on our spiritual path, to make changes and develop and not stand still. Deep, deep gratitude to all the people that we come across in our lives that have helped us in some shape or form. To our partners, to our spouses, to our siblings, to our children, to our workplace that gives us the money, that helps us feed ourselves, have a roof over our head, and everything that we need to buy. To our colleagues for making us happy and helping us in the workplace. Deep, deep gratitude to the whole world, creation, Mother Nature, mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, all birds, all species. Deep, deep gratitude to sound, to air, to our amazing bodies. Deep, deep gratitude to technology that's connecting us now to this Zoom platform. Deep, deep gratitude to the trees that have been made into books, that the book that we're reading today. Wood and tree is so, so, so important. We take it for granted. Our desks, our doors, our pencils, the Mother Nature with trees. We have paper all around us, yet we don't always remember this. It's a deep, deep gratitude for everything that we use on a daily basis. Deep, deep gratitude for the wood in our homes, our floorboards, our stairs. Have we ever thought if we didn't have stairs, how could we get from our bedroom upstairs level to downstairs? Can you imagine how hard it would be? So deep, deep gratitude to the people who actually created stairs, our homes, our cars, transport, all the vehicles that we use on a daily basis. And deep, deep gratitude to everybody in our lives who are here to teach us a lesson, to help us grow and develop. Deep, deep gratitude for everything that we use in our lives on a daily basis. Deep, deep gratitude for our own voices. Without voices, how could we communicate with one another fully? And how precious is our voice? We can sing, we can shout, we can do so, so much with our voices. We can put people to sleep by being soothing, or we can wake people up. Our voice is an absolute miracle itself, the voice box. Deep, deep gratitude to all our senses, our eyes, for appreciating the beauty of colour around us. Our noses, to smell the beautiful roses and all the beautiful smells around us. For our hands and the sense of touch. We are so, so blessed. Without our senses, life would not be so good. And yet we take our senses for granted. Deep, deep gratitude to the Supreme Divine Being for helping us on our spiritual path, for putting the people in our lives to help us grow and become one, and to eventually attain moksha and to leave this body in a positive way. Deep, deep gratitude for the teachings from the Holy Masters. And deep, deep gratitude to all of you tuning in today and sharing your energies. Deep, deep gratitude to all our gurus, to Lord Buddha especially for this amazing book, and to Guru Ma for helping us see it through her eyes and experience everything she's experienced. Deep, deep gratitude. Now, as we were a balloon flying away in the air, see yourselves coming down, down, down through the rooftop and gently back in between your eyebrows as a white light. Feel totally settled and just move your feet and hands a little bit as you become one with the body once again. Gently rub your hands, put them over your beautiful face and count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes in your hand still over them and taking the beautiful energy. Take this beautiful energy all over your face, over your head, ears, neck, shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, hands, chest, stomach, thighs, knees, and feel the positivity and the energy of everything we've just beautifully experienced through this amazing short meditation. Deep, deep gratitude to you all for joining. Deep, deep gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji.
Deep, deep gratitude to you, Meena ji, for the reading. And the chapter was so amazing, because I experienced death, so can say that it is very funny. People are so scared. And when I shared that it with them, they said, you know what, because you survived, that's why you say like this. I said, no, it's not about that. Um, if anything we do, first time we all are scared of performing anything, right? We all are nervous. But when we do the same thing again and again, I won't feel second time fear, third time I'm perfectly all right. And with the death also, it is just a fear in our mind. When you watch movie, you know this is fake, right? You won't cry, you won't get attached to it, right? But in the reality, if you see those dead bodies next to you, out of blue, means I'm not saying that people are doing unnecessary things, but they are showing their love by crying and all those things. But whereas, like the Buddha one, the story of the mother, how Buddha means said that if you want your child alive, go and ask everyone in the village if they don't means no, they never experience death, right? So they can give some food to her so that yeah, and they do. She didn't find a single person. So it is the truth. If we when someone born, we are very happy, but when someone died, we go in a deep grief. Why won't we understand if divine gave that energy to us? He have the right to take it back also. And being a soul, we are here to for here we are here on a journey. We are not staying here permanently. Our bodies are always demolished in this earth, right? It is in any form, right? But it is already always in the means earth plan. So why I have to worry? I'm not going anywhere. Now, when we do meditation, we feel energies. How we feel energies, we connect with it. That's why we feel it. So, and 2 3 days ago, I was watching a documentary which was very nice, where they cut a leaf into half, and they put it into some machine, and they said, look, means through this machine, the even though the leaf is half cut, but the energy field is showing the leaf is full. So and they said that the same way, even if any person who is was living with you passed away or something, their energy stays with you. It is not like their energies you won't feel, because uh, you shared your home with them, right? And their clothes, their bed, everything, furniture, everything in your how many things you gonna change, right? And A to Z things that person used. And when that person passed away, you won't leave the home, you won't put it on sale, you stay there, right? So it means acceptance is the biggest thing in this scenario. And how Guru nicely she said, detach yourself even from the Guru. And this is the thing which I literally, people are so much attached with the physical body of the Guru, but they are not attached with the knowledge of the Guru. Means, the what are the teaching of their Guru, they won't follow those, but they, wherever go, they will use the Guru as a identity. I'm the followers of so and so. Yeah.
mm, mm,
I'm not against anything, but be mindful. Guru is guru. All the gurus are same.
mm,
All gurus are same. It is our love. Out of love, we say like this. But if you rather than say, if you whatever the teachings your guru gave you, you will make your guru feel proud of you if you
mm,
apply it in your life and you transform your life with that. And on the same time, whatever, and then you will do the same work what your guru did for you in your life.
mm,
Then you, if you help other people to get the same knowledge which is beneficial for you,
mm,
so that other will get this knowledge, wisdom.
mm,
And since from our childhood we have so many teachers, right?
mm,
So it is a never ending process. Till our last breath we are a learner.
mm,
We all are learner, but am I ready for that thing, where I'm thinking I'm empty from inside and I'm ready to learn? This book is an eye opener,
mm,
when you are listening, your mind goes to so many things that, oh yeah, I experienced this. Since from the beginning, I never means take attached to anything so much. Like even with my gurus, I'm not attached, because I think maybe in a young age I learned about detachment. But I saw that people are so much attached, like the gurus are not there from ages, but they are still means, like Osho, Rajneesh Osho, and there are or other, even with the Patriji also, the devotees, they still say that we are missing his physical form. But he is the one who is teaching you dhyana,
mm,
meditation, and he is the one who is connecting you with the astral master. How come you say you're missing his physical form?
mm,
Means one is a person who is not experiencing meditation. That person's journey is different, right? Because there are different type of gurus, right? One
mm,
who is attached with the meditation, who is connecting you with the meditation, who is showing you that everything is within you. After knowing that, you're still attached to that. Means sometimes, my mind goes like, when someone start praising you, means yes, we have to praise them, but we don't have to stay
mm,
attached with them. We can say that with the divine blessings of my guru, I got this knowledge, this wisdom, yeah, and I'm applying it in my life, which is, I think, the greatest gift from all of us to our gurus. Deep, deep gratitude. It's a really nice and very deep book, actually.
mm,
It's not only Lord Buddha and other people's journey, and how Guru Mash shared about the death when she saw that someone passed away.
mm,
Even when if we were a child, we see deaths and all those things, we won't understand. I was thinking, like, in the movies we see the person is passed away in one, and they are alive in another one. I was always thinking, like, if someone passed away, they will be, somewhere they are alive.
mm,
Yes, there is. The only thing is, a child is very curious about everything, but we
mm,
have to be very mindful how to deliver this information to that person, child, rather than giving a false statement, like Guru Ma said. If you will say this person is sleeping and the child goes, wake up.
wake him up.
Means so deep, so
Mm,
deep. Sometimes, yes, people do this type of things so that, or they will say that person is gone outside, they will come soon, right? Means tell the truth.
mm,
Say the truth. sometimes we think they don't know, but they
Mm.
observe everything very quickly.
Mm.
They understand, but they don't know how to explain the things because kids never lie.
Yeah. Mm.
So thank you, deep, deep gratitude. Very nice
Gratitude.
book and nice teachings we are learning. Anyone else wants to share anything? Sujana ji or Nagendra ji? And meditation was also very wonderful, especially the balloon part. Meanwhile, my son came, so I have to go out to open the door, and I lit for a few seconds. I was disconnected, but when I came back, I was again in that zone. And also, the gratitude is very important. Don't take a single, even not, don't take a needle for granted. Show gratitude because of the needles.
Mm.
We can stitch our clothes.
And the stairs. Have we ever thought about the stairs? Can you imagine
Yeah.
if we didn't have stairs, how we'd come down?
No, that for that I was thinking about, in the past time they don't have these type of things. They climb, and that is now we have all these accessories,
Mm.
so we are so much attached with that. But the small small things which make a huge change. We all wear clothes. The needle is very tiny, very tiny. The thread is very tiny.
Mm.
But how many times, whenever I am wearing a cloth, I say thanks to the needle, thanks to the thread.
Mm.
Means so many things, beyond our imagination.
Mm.
And not only stairs, so many things like cupboards in our home,
Mm.
right? And oven. We have so many facilities now, fridge, so many electronic equipments we are using every day, laptop,
Mm.
phone, mobile phone.
Mm. Chairs, tables, flooring,
Yeah,
carpet,
yeah,
everything.
everything. Electricity.
Mm.
Without that, we can't take this
Mm.
session. And how technology, Wi-Fi,
Mm.
how without internet we can't connect with each other.
Mm.
We all are living into different parts of the
So
country.
silos. Wi-Fi would be in silos, no?
Yeah.
And there's one paragraph that stuck out to me as if Guru was pointing the finger at me, getting up in the morning. I feel that was a lesson to me. I was giggling to myself, like, I need to start doing this more and not, be going to bed late and can't get up in the morning because it's so important.
Yeah, you know what means in the beginning it for 2 3 days, yes, it is hard for you. If you start from Friday, by Monday you will be all right.
Mm. Habit, no? Yeah.
Yeah,
Training
because
the mind, isn't it? Yeah, training the mind. Yeah.
yeah, our dad used to wake us up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and whenever it is weekend, we know we don't have to go school, but still we wake up at 5.
Yeah, so it's ingrained in you. Yeah. My mum was the opposite. She'd tell me, stay in bed. Your body needs to stay in bed. It's what it is. What it is, she used to say.
So nice memories, and that
Bless her.
early.
Yeah.
And one more thing, when you wake up early in the morning, you will feel so energetic entire day. The
Mm.
energy is different. If you wake up
Mm.
late, because I'm not against anything, but sometime like on weekend, I say okay, nah, this is not the time. I turn my alarm off and I fall asleep. Later on, whole day, sometime I feel like
Groggy.
very lazy, very
Mm.
down.
Mm.
But if
Yeah.
I wake up early in the morning, doesn't matter. I have one up. My kids, oh my God, so many times they know. Sometime I have just 1 hour sleep in the night, sometime. And when I wake up, I go to work, I come back, they said, how you do it? Because when you are with energy, you need to balance it.
Mm.
Otherwise you won't feel. And then what I in the middle of night, what do you have to do? Then I do chanting or anything else, and we're like, I don't want to play something loud to disturb others.
Mm.
But I
Mm.
need something so that my mind will be, in meditation rather than otherwise, if some thought will come, you will have more thoughts, more thoughts, more thoughts.
Mm. Mm.
But if you are occupied with chanting, I think means I prefer chanting. Then your mind is in one direction. No chatter butter.
Yeah,
No
pranayama
chatter.
helps as well. If you do pranayama before you sleep, Brahmari and Anulom, that helps you sleep as well.
Yeah, you told me that
Mm,
that
mm.
you are going to teach us. So if you can, we can do it right now.
You want to do it right now? Okay, yeah. So Brahmari basically is where you do the humming sound of a bee. And basically all you do is you cover your ears with your thumbs. You put your fingers over your eyes, so your index finger over your eyebrows, your other fingers over your eyes, and then just space them out. And you take a nice deep breath and you just close your ears and you just hum as you let your air out. So like this. Take a nice deep breath. And carry on for like a couple of times more.
It literally like bees like
It's so relaxing. If you're
yeah,
feeling
it's very
tense or
relaxing.
pressurized or stressed or anxious, just doing this a few times really, really makes you at peace. And it's like your neurons inside your brains are just being, I don't know, relaxed in some way.
Yeah, I'm feeling so relaxed. But when we were making the sound, because I have one bee here in next to me, I was like,
Probably think I've got company, innit?
stopping me. Hello, Champaji. How are you? Let me stop the
Hello.
recording. Thank you. Thank
You
you.
know what? I missed the whole session today because my sound wasn't working.
Oh, why won't